Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
Hi, Mimi.
Oh, you look a little windburned.
I just got off the golf course.
Yeah, you are bright. You're not blowing out though. I'm surprised because you are really bright. You're glowing.
What can I say?
Yep.
I mean, it was chilly out there today, and
Was
the wind
it?
was raw.
Okay. Well, they said we were supposed to have a pneumonia yesterday. I don't know if that ever really happened.
It did.
Did it?
Okay, a pneumonia front is when the wind shifts. Well, you know how that happens.
Yeah.
The wind can shift and come in off the lake, and in 20 minutes, you're down 20 degrees.
Yeah.
That's a pneumonia front.
Yeah, that's what they said. It has to be 16 or more degrees in an
Right.
hour.
Right, and it did that yesterday.
I didn't know if it did it because where I live, it didn't. It was only 67, and it got down to like 54, 52. So right where I lived, it didn't.
It did. Well, I was at Wilson, and the kids, when they went out for lunch recess, nobody wore a jacket. It was just absolutely beautiful. When 3 o'clock, when we got out of school, and parents were coming to pick up, it was freezing. That wind was just awful.
Okay.
So yeah, we did have a pneumonia front.
Okay.
And now today they weren't talking, and we were going to be this windy, but it was really windy on the golf course.
Okay.
So we were fighting cold air and wind all day.
And tomorrow I think rain's coming.
Oh, really?
I think that's what somebody said.
I heard Friday.
Oh, okay.
Rain on Friday night.
Okay.
But tomorrow's supposed to be warmer than today. Well, let me tell you, it was cold. So, yeah. I played okay. And, you know, when you're battling wind like that, there were a couple holes where you're right into the wind, and so then the wind knocks down your shot.
Sure.
So you always want to see if you can play under the wind. And sometimes I'm successful with that, but not with any consistency. So, I mean, it was okay. I mean, let's face it. You go out there, a good day on the golf course is always better than a day of scrubbing toilets.
Oh, for sure.
So, you know, look at it that way.
Yep.
So, she's wearing something fancy and new.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
That's really
This is actually the first time I even tried it on since it's been done.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I didn't try it on until just now. This is my summer canoes. Let me stand up closer.
I love it. I want to knit that. I think I'm going to knit that.
Yeah. It fits good. There's lots of room to move. So, yeah. I'm very happy.
All right.
I'll get closer so you can see some of the stitches.
Yeah, nice texture. I love it.
Thank you.
I want to knit that. Okay, what do I have in stash that I could knit that with?
I used Barocco Remix.
Okay.
Okay, I think it calls for a DK.
Uh-huh.
Summer Canoes, SOMMER, KNUS, KNOS. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Put in SOMMER, maybe you'll get it. And there's even a new one out. New one came out this spring, like a canoe slide or something.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's one out there that's just a canoe that's worsted weight.
Right. And that one's long sleeve.
Yeah, so this is the summer one. Inspired by one of our viewers and who has become a friend.
There you
I
go.
saw hers at the mini meetup last year and I wanted to make one for this summer.
Yeah, I really like it. I think I need to knit one.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful.
So yeah, that's one of my FOs.
I got a couple of those here.
Me too.
See, I finished this. I haven't even tried it on.
Oh, see, you're the same as me.
Yep. Okay, so this, it should be fine. I've knit this before.
Yeah, that goes with your jacket you have on.
Oh, yeah. Although I'd never wear it on the golf course. But anyways, this is, what did I knit this out of?
Spree?
Spree, thank you. And it is Kitty Hawk by Laura Ayler. I've knit this. This is the third one. And I've made them in multiple sizes. I've made them in multiple different kinds of yarn, but mostly, you know, cotton blend something or other. And what I love about it is that this part is stockinette, but the sleeves are garter or reverse stockinette. Okay. And then when you finish up the sleeves, you've just got this garter edge on it. And then they're done.
Yeah.
And so I added a little bit of length
Oh, and you
just
split
to
it?
use it to, and it's got a split hem
Okay.
on the bottom. Not a lot.
Teeny tiny one.
Teeny tiny hem. 8 rows or so. But yeah, that's it. I haven't tried it on yet. I mean, it'll fit. I'm not worried. So I finished that.
Nice.
I love the weight of this. I just the yarn really is a nice weight. And Spree comes in all these variegated colors, but I think I'd like Spree in a solid.
I don't know what the equivalent of that is in Barocco.
I don't either.
We could look at the content and find it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's a nice yarn, and it's certainly soft enough. So, and I was very, very pleased the way that turned out.
Okay.
So then, I also finished this.
Okay.
This is something easy. I just looked it up.
You should know this.
Well, see what happened. This is a brand new, out from Lisa Ross, last week or the week before. Probably the week before. And she changed the name.
Oh.
I know what it was before she published it. And that's why I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, you better look. Somebody's going to ask.
Yeah, I got my phone here.
Yeah, my phone's there recording us.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Just a minute here.
Okay.
I will look, because I had it, I brought it up on my project page so I can look, so it's still up there.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Zoom along.
Zoom along. Okay.
Zoom along. And I will say that, yes, you do zoom along, because it is a DK weight. This is Lisa's literally first DK weight shawl.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used, it calls for four colors, 4 skeins of DK weight yarn. And you start on this end. And you just zoom along. And then when you get to, okay, you can see where you've got at the bottom of that stripe where you kind of got a point. That is the maximum stitch count. And then what happens is your stitch count, your rows make this divot, join, or turn. And so you are shifting the central spine that you've got going on this end. You're shifting it. And so it ends up being a very different shape.
Yeah,
it's a nice
hold one end and then maybe
it is a triangle, but the patterns go this, make that jog, if you will.
Okay.
It is a triangle.
Okay. Yep.
But I really love knitting this. I love it so much. And I think Lisa loves it too, because she just designed another shawl in this same concept, but fingering weight, and I'm testing it right now.
Okay.
And this will be out in early June, but it's fingering weight, and you use 2 skeins of a main color and 6 minis. And the minis, there's stitches in there that she used when she was designing Garden Variety. And this one is much more lace, whereas this was easy because there's this garter in it. And, this stitch pattern here is really easy. I mean, it's got the yarn over, knit 2 together kind of thing going. But so on this one, you got garter, you got stockinette, and you got this lacy pattern. And the other one that I'm doing right now, it's all lace.
Oh, okay.
So it's really pretty. I love it. I do. But I will say, knitting all that lace, a little tedious.
Takes a lot longer than this one.
Yeah, it does. But
maybe she'll name the new one Slug Along.
No, I can't remember what she's named it. I don't know. But
Okay.
So yeah, there's
what
that.
What yarn? You didn't say what yarn.
Oh, I used Miss Babs. That is DK. Oh, I can look. Killington. Now Killington comes in 350 yard skeins.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Or 700 yard skeins. Well, they are getting away from the 700 yard skeins because people want smaller skeins to do color work. Killington is not a superwash. It's
Okay. It felt as soft as one, so it must be merino.
Polworth silk.
Oh, maybe
It
it's
is-
that silk in there that
Yeah.
makes it so soft. Then.
And it makes great sweaters, amazing color work. And I thought, well, shoot, I'm going to buy the 350 yard skein because my leftovers, I only needed 230, I think. My leftovers are going to be color work in something else.
Sure.
So that's why I was okay buying that.
Sure.
You know, and as a price point, the Killington is really a good, not crazy expensive for being a hand dyed yarn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's not itchy. You know, being Polworth silk, it's not itchy. So, it's a nice yarn.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
that's what I got finished this week. And
Okay. I finished that other sock. It looks a lot bigger because I put it on a large sock blocker. I don't need large, but there's the second one. I showed you the first one.
okay, yeah, was this a
times
shop
ago.
model for a while?
Yeah. And so, no, that one looks huge compared to this one, but yeah, these are large. So I should get rid of these because I never need large. And I hadn't washed that one at all.
Well,
So,
I suppose,
okay,
do you
well,
block socks?
not usually.
No, I don't either.
Only for the podcast or, you know, for gift giving or something, but not usually.
Well, if you do guy socks, the large would come in handy.
I know, but I don't need it. So then, oh, that's a work in progress, really. So I'll wait with that. So this was a finish in a way. I had
Wow.
this wire frame. It used to be a laundry hamper and it had another ring up here. And somewhere along the line, the ring disappeared, the bag disappeared, and this frame sat in my basement for 2 years. So I made a little drawstring project bag, put it in, folded it over, pulled it tight, and now I have a project bag. I can always pick it up here, take it out, slide it off, and take the project with me to go. And then I can put it back here when I'm home. So this one will be good for blankets. Wow. It's all fully lined, just like my regular drawstring project bags. Yeah, and this will fold over a little nicer. I was just messing with it, but yeah, because especially when you pull this string tight, that'll stay down.
Sure.
Yeah. There. So yeah, so that's
really cool.
That was a sewing FO.
That's really cool.
Thanks. That's what I forgot to bring last time.
Oh,
Because I had that done 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
So, and this isn't a finish. Everybody's seen my timber already. The reason it's here, what do you do when you walk in the house and you have your handmade sweaters on? Like when I always wore my sweatshirts, I hang them on the hook on the over the
hang
door.
a sweater on
and
a
you
hook.
can't do that. So I keep laying it over the backs of chairs and wherever. So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll take this home and just lay all the sweaters over it, kind of like this.
That would work.
What do other people do? What do you do with your handmade sweater? I mean, I don't even hang them on a hanger usually.
No, I don't either.
And I'm not somebody that's going to fold them and put them away in a cupboard when I wear it every day. Like,
well, especially that when you're
one.
wearing like a coat.
I wear every day like it's a jacket. So what do other people do? What do you do with your sweaters? I'm going to take this home and see how this works. This is one of those IKEA valets, I think they call them. This is only the kid size though.
Okay.
But it's from IKEA, and it has an adjustable pole. You can make it taller or shorter. It's got this fake little t-shirt on it.
So, the t-shirt came with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the t-shirt's really a frame. Get this thing off. See, it's got all these little stays in it.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So let me know in the comments, what do you do with your sweaters that you wear all the time like a jacket when you come in the house? Because there's other people out there like me that don't put away their coats all the time. Like I have hooks by the back door. I would always hang all my jackets there.
Yeah.
You can't do that with sweaters. So, although I was thinking of single crocheting a line in the back across the shoulders and then putting a loop in the center.
You know what you could do is take a coat hanger and instead of going over the coat hanger, just fold it and then put it over the bar on the bottom, and then hang it on one of your hooks.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah, I had some of those padded hangers too.
I have some of those too,
maybe I could hang them out in the back on the hooks. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm
but
gonna
that's
take
a bit,
this home, you know, use it like a coat tree or something for now. We'll try it. I'll report back if I use it.
Okay. All right.
So, okay, so that's all I had for FOs, I believe.
Wow.
Just my sewing. And,
That's a rather low quantity for you this week.
well, it's 3 things. I have this t-shirt, sewing,
Lately, it
a
seems like
sock.
you've had a lot since you're trying to finish things.
I know, but you'll see some whips too in a minute.
Okay. Well, have at it.
All right. Whips. Oh, we can start in the basket.
In the basket. Yeah.
All right. Well, a basket is made for blankets.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I got 2 blankets in here.
Wow.
First of all, this one is my northeasterly out of all scraps. It's only on my 2nd color.
Wow.
So it's just a little bitty thing. Inspired by So Sweet Violet. I seen hers and I loved it. It'll be a while. It'll be a while before it even looks like much. And then the next blanket,
This is
I'll have
insane.
to stand up.
Yes.
This was, we did a block of the month here a couple of years back, and I finally started sewing them together.
Oh my gosh.
So I sewed together the 8 of them. And now I'm going to go around like
Don't
another
you have
10 or
more?
12 rows. No, I only did 8 out of the 12.
Okay.
So it looks narrow and long, but when I add another 8 rows on each side, it won't be.
No.
It'll be the right proportion.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
I
So-
love these blocks.
Yeah.
Here's some.
And you know, they were all different designers, so they ended up different sizes. So what I did is I just did the navy until it got to be the same size as
Okay.
the other blocks. So some of the blocks, like this one here, only has a couple rows of navy. And then there's some, like here, that has lots of rows of navy.
Okay.
So whatever it took to make it all the same size.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm doing a purple band around, and then I'll finish with this teal color.
Okay.
So
Wow.
that's blanket number 2. You should do yours now because yours is a blanket.
Put this in there. Okay, well, you've seen my blocks for my scrappy blanket. All right, so the next, I had all my blocks done. So I have 12 blocks. All, some of them, they're all different, but there were a couple color repeats, whatever. Because like I know I have 2 of the teals, and I know I have 2 of the pinks. But I think those might be the only 2. That's okay, big deal. Anyways, so then my next step was to take and make rows. So this is what my rows look like. I did the same pickup along here like I would have been doing as I picked up my rows. So it was the same pickup. I did 7 ridges because that equaled an inch. And then I broke my yarn. Then I went and did another pickup on the other side, and then I did a 3 needle bind off. And it worked really nice for connecting these. And the back looks the same on both sides, you know, like the 3 needle bind off blends in really well with the way I picked up.
Sure.
So,
and your ends are all woven in, just need to be cut?
Right. Every end except on this edge. This edge is not woven in because I have to connect there. But, so I'll show you. This top edge, the ends here and here, those are not woven in. But every other end is, and I just am not snipping them till I block it. So that's one of the things that I loved about doing this, is that when I did my pickup row, my end got woven in as I did it. And so it was kind of using the whole weave and Steven concept. And I am very happy I did that, because I have no ends right now other than this one edge. And those get woven in when I'm doing the pickup on that end. Even if it's the 3 needle bind off and I'm only picking up stitches on that end and then I'm going to bind them off, I still weave in those ends as I'm doing the pickup. Well, I did, Olga Jazzy showed us how to do that in a class that I had with her at the Leading Men Retreat last year. That was where I did the modular knitting with her, and she showed us how to do this pickup, and I'm going, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So all of my rows are connected like this. Okay, so all the rows are done.
3 or 4?
I have 3 squares in a row, 4 rows. Okay, so then I can tell this is the one I'm working on right now. I just did the pickup for this, and now I'm knitting the 7 ridges. Okay, so that's where I'm at with this one. And then these 2 will get connected. I'll do a pickup on, I think, this edge. Yeah. And so I'm paying attention to the direction of my diagonals as I do the pickup, so that all of my blocks are consistent with the same diagonal line. And so I'm paying attention to that. And then, well, this I just started. I don't even think I knit a row yet. Nope, I just did the pickup. So I've got to do that. Yeah. So this then is what they look like. I've got
2 rows together.
2 rows together. So this is what this part looks like. So
yeah, that's
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Good.
So yeah. So then when I'm done connecting all of my rows, then I'm going to pick up on my side, and I am going to do 3 inches of garter. And then after I'm done with the 3 inches of garter on both sides, then I'm going to go across the top and the bottom with 3 inches of garter. I am not going to bind off anything. I'm just going to break my yarn when I get my 3 inches, and then leaving those live stitches on some kind of, waste yarn or something.
Or barber cord.
Barber cord, I don't know. I'll get that. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And then I'll leave that on there, and then I'll have live stitches all the way around, and then I'm going to go around it and do an I-cord bind off on all of those live stitches.
Nice.
So this is modified from the Bakery Bears Stitch and Time blanket.
Yeah.
On the connecting it together and edging portion of it. I pretty much followed their pattern when it came to doing the individual squares. However, I slipped my first stitch with the yarn held in front
for sure,
to get that easier place to pick up. Okay, you don't have to. You just then have to go in the pretzel, or in that garter ridge. That's the way Olga explained it in the class. She says you can either do it in the pretzel or you can slip the stitch. And I just found doing it, the slip stitch made so much more sense to me.
Yep.
I was very happy doing it that way.
Yep.
So like right now, because I've got the test knit going on, I'm not really like but I did work on this all last weekend. And then now that I got it too connected, and I think it was because I was at the point where I had to figure it out. Now that I know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, well, now I can pick it up and put it down. But at that point in time, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So then I had to figure it all out, and now that I know, I'm good. When I did my pickup here, it was 23 stitches to accommodate the corner. And when I'm going across, though, because I accommodated the quarters in the vertical here, the horizontal is only 22.
Okay.
So, but it's working out really nice. The math is playing nice. And so then I do 22 stitches a square, 7 stitches in a edging piece, a section. Boom, done. Math is simple and easy.
Good.
So then I have 212 across, and it's always going to be 212 across. And then on my sides, well, I'll figure that math out the same way.
Okay.
This one's will probably be 23 because I did 23 on this side.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking it will be. So.
Oh,
yeah.
only if you have a thing here, that'll take away. If you have a edge on this side, then you'll be back down to 22.
I'm doing 22 here, so then I have to do 23 here.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, as long as you got it figured in your head.
That's what my head is telling me.
Okay.
This will still be 7, but because I did here, this edge is 23, I need 23 here. If this edge is 22, I need 22 here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's the way in my mind, my math is working.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay.
But I have not honestly done a scrappy project like this in freaking forever. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I've had a blast doing this.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's been fun. And so I have other blankets. I think I get bored with blankets. I think that's what my problem is. There's not enough variety in them. You know, when you're changing colors.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And there was just enough variety in my squares to keep me going and keep me interested. And the challenge, if you will, of figuring out all my math on my borders and whatnot, that was enough to make that more interesting. So I think largely the reason this is getting done is I'm not bored with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably couldn't do a roll wide blanket. You need to do something modular, so
Yeah.
it keeps your interest.
Yeah. And the other thing that I thought I would do to keep my interest, I have another blanket planned that I'm going to use my a repetitive pattern. Oh, what's it called? It's a technique where you use the same stitch pattern over and over, but they don't line up, and you end up with interesting textures.
The sequence knitting?
Sequence knitting, thank you. That's what I couldn't think of. Yeah,
Okay.
sequence knitting. So I have, what I want to do with that is I'm going to incorporate an I-cord as I'm knitting it, and then I'm going to have increases so that, and then when it gets to be the width I want, then I'm going to make it straight. Continuing, all my increases always done just inside the I-cord, and then but I'm going to use the sequence knitting to create whatever texture I can within that, and we'll see how that plays. That's
Okay.
how I'm gonna. That's what the goal is on that one, is to play with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we shall see. I don't know. I mean, I'm finding if I play with things, and you know, it's much more enjoyable.
Sure.
So I'm gonna play.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and I think sometimes you just got to find a way to challenge yourself.
Right.
And That's what these are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, man, it's cleaning up stash.
Good, good.
I mean, if you think, there was a lot of little balls of yarn in this thing. And so that's been fun.
Talk about stash. Mine is growing exponentially.
She keeps taking stuff home.
Oh, goodness, do I ever.
I think that is so funny.
Yeah, because I had nearly no stash at home. Like one tub and one little basket, Now, I don't even want to say.
Well, you could always return some, I suppose.
No.
I mean, there's a certain kind of yarn that all went home.
Like a Tenzing?
Yeah. We might just, I could find a use for some Tenzing.
Oh, speaking of yarn, I didn't mention this blanket is all Cascade 220 Superwash.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. Okay.
What is this?
This is, some of the ladies are going to the mini meetup in July, and they challenged me because last year we all wore our No Need to Panic, that this year we need to wear the same thing, and they're making something called Coulette. Can you bring it up on your phone? I don't have a picture because I was doing it on my iPad. So this is my Coulette. It's spelled like cutlet with no T.
I think I've got it in my queue, actually.
So it has short rows, you can see, and I'm on like row 8 or 9 of the lace pattern. So this is my yoke. This is the front down here. The back is here. Coulette. And the yarn is 365 cotton cashmere. We had several colors of this. We only have one color left. That's like a tan color. But it's a cotton yarn that has, I didn't even bring my label. I'm a bad podcaster. I don't think I brought my label. No.
I gotta look up that pattern. Culet. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Now the pattern says to make it with spree. I am not.
It's Culet.
Yep. I am just making it with a solid.
What's it? That's DK weight, isn't it?
Yes.
And what's one color left?
There's only one color left. It's a beige or tan kind of color. There's also 365 cotton, which is like the same thing with no cashmere. That's this chain construction. So I don't know. I think that might help with the cotton stretch thing. So that one just started it late Saturday night, so it's the very beginning. You'll see more of that over the next couple weeks. And I'll bring my yarn label next time.
I have not used a chain ply in a long, long time. That might be kind of interesting to do.
Yeah.
It has fairly good definition. I mean, that's what I'm noticing. It's the lace is working out just fine.
When I was here Friday, I wore Gemini, and that's what Gemini was made out of, was that.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
That orange one. Okay, now, next thing, I'm using Anchor Bay, which is a DK merino, or not merino, cotton, superwash, merino wool, half and half blend.
That's a nice yarn. I've used that.
Yeah.
And I used it for my No Need to Panic.
And with that, I think I showed did I show my swatch?
No.
Last time? Oh, I made a swatch.
And
then I started my sweater. And I have to go for 11.5 inches, I think. And I am going to make this the cropped, even though I never usually do, because it's going to be for on my summer dresses. Now, when I made the band, I thought, oh my goodness, that doesn't look big enough for me. But now, look at it with the lace. It looks like it can go around me 3 times.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm going to just keep going and see what happens. I'm still on my first ball. So I think I probably might only use 3 balls. We'll see. And that's the Corin cardigan by Rebecca Clow, who is Crea Bea. Let me find the first page. You know, her pictures on the pattern are not the best because she gives you options for a round yoke or a V-neck, for short sleeve and long sleeve, and these are the only pictures in the whole pattern.
Oh my.
There's tons of pictures on Ravelry, which I printed some of those out. See, I am gonna make the V-neck, which is like the second picture of hers.
Okay.
It's not focusing good, but
No.
yeah, and you'll see on Ravelry there's some beautiful ones. It's a Sarah. If you watch that podcast, that one is a hoot. I love watching her.
Corin cardigan.
Yep, and she's made a short sleeve V-neck with the same color. So I'm totally a copycat. But I
Wow.
loved it. And she put really big buttons on. I don't know if I'll do that.
I love the color.
Yeah,
This is a great neutral.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mushroomy brown or whatever. So yep, Corin cardigan
Corran.
by Rebecca Clow. She's
Very nice.
Crea Bea in the podcast world. I don't remember which size I'm making. Oh, I think I'm making, no. I think I'm making size 5. Let me see, where's the cast on? Is it cast on like 177 stitches or something like that? So I think I'm making size 5. Yeah, the last one in the first parentheses.
Okay.
So, yes. So, I think that's all my
Is
whips.
that all you brought?
I think so. Yeah, that's all I brought.
No socks?
Oh, no, I do have a sock. Because,
I was going to say, where the heck are the socks?
well, I have two more socks. 2 more
Uh-oh.
pair I'm working on, but I didn't bring them. Let me get this back in there. I think I might leave this one here tonight because I'll
So
take
this
it
is the
in
cotton
tomorrow.
cashmere.
Cotton cashmere. Yep.
That's really pretty.
Well, remember we had talked about this yarn and I had 2 different versions because I was doing it for the sock club and I made this one and I wasn't happy with it because it
Right.
was just too plain. So now I'm making the second one and it'll be for myself. And then you gave me your extra yarn in case I need it because this is all I had left. I don't know if
You might not make it.
I'm thinking I'll probably go into this for the heels because they're afterthought heels.
Probably.
So, yes, so I got the toe done. I think I just finished the increases and now I'm ready to go stockinette. So now it'll be good for taking with. So, yep, that was my sock. And that's made with Queensland Perth. No pattern, just making it up.
I like doing that. I'm finding I enjoy that by far more now that I'm, pretty well versed at socks.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing that.
Good,
So yeah.
good. Okay.
I'm wondering if this wouldn't make a nice summer caboose.
Oh, yeah, like this.
Yeah.
It definitely would.
Yeah. I looked it up in case you're wondering. SOMMER.
Space.
No space.
Oh.
No space.
See, when I looked for it, though, with no space, it didn't come up. And then I put a space in Ravelry search.
There it is.
Okay.
SOMMERKNUS. That's the picture on the pattern.
So, okay.
Yeah. Well, this one, it calls for a sport weight.
Fingering and a mohair together or something.
Well, it's fingering and cobweb
Okay.
in the summer version.
Oh, the remix kind of does work up like a sport weight. But look how loose this is. You
Yeah.
could definitely use a DK.
definitely.
You probably wouldn't show your belly then on these eyelets here, like mine
Although
does.
it's the same yardage of lace, but it's a mohair.
Yeah.
Looking at what she used, A and B,
Yeah.
fingering weight cotton, held double with a mohair.
And what was it knit on, a 6?
6 and an 8.
Oh, for sure you
The
can
gauge is 18 stitches over 24 rows on an 8.
Yeah, for sure you could.
I don't think
Yeah,
I ever use an 8. I would never use an 8.
I usually follow.
I probably would do a
And
7 and a 5.
I followed because I wanted it really drapey and loose for summer.
I mean, that makes sense.
I have been only using whatever needle it calls for lately. Then it's easier to remember what I did.
But I'm too loose, so.
Yeah, well, you write down all your patterns.
Well, that's true. My Ravelry is filled with everything I've made.
Mm-hmm. I was telling somebody the other day, as long as I like the fabric, I just use whatever they call for. And if I don't meet gauge, I adjust the size.
Oh, and that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just using your head, I guess, in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see.
Yeah. And I think this one was on an 8 too. Let me
But
check.
that's a worsted weight, so that doesn't surprise me.
No, this is DK.
Really? Why
Yeah.
did I think it was worsted?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's looking at like
'Cause
that's DK.
I wanted to check this too. Yeah, 5mm, 8, size 8. That's why I
Wow.
did the swatch to make sure
Sure.
that the 8 would be okay. So I was thinking I would have to break my rule and go down, but I didn't. And I didn't like it at first, but once I washed it, it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll be fine. It's very stretchy and airy. It'll be perfect for summer.
Yeah.
So I got 5 balls set aside, but I don't think it'll take probably only 3 or 3 and a little bit.
I think when I used that on my summer, my No Need to Panic, when I used that, I think I used 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And I bought 5, and I have one sitting at home, but then it makes great baby hats, so what the hell.
Yeah.
I counted, I have almost like 35 baby hats that I gotta give to the family connections.
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to figure out if people want to do baby hats after they can't drop them off here, how I'm gonna get them.
Okay.
So yeah, I gotta figure that out. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I'll think of something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, is what it is.
Yeah, you can't have him drop him off at your husband's work because he's never in his office.
Right.
And I know the Project Linus stuff. Well, any of you out there who might currently bring stuff here for Project Linus, Daryl over at the sewing machine shop will continue to take Project Linus items. So anything you used to drop off here, you can drop off there for Project Linus.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. But I'm sure, you could get a drop off at like the senior centers or something like that. Just, figure it out and let us know.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you got anything else? Because you're test knitting, it's a secret.
Yep, can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
She's, no showing it anywhere on social media, so I figure podcasting counts.
Right, for sure.
So,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'm getting to the point where it's like, if I just have a nice night, nobody gonna bother me, kind of knitting night, I could maybe get it finished in 2 nights. It's not. I'm not that far away. So,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well,
So I guess that's it.
2 weeks.